second negative had was that treating juveniles who commit capital crimes as adults will not fix or lower the crime rate. Trying them as adults gets them off the streets for longer amounts of time compared to juvie. Lower crime all starts by trying them as adults. Even when convicted in adult prison, the sentences are not long enough for the crimes committed. Most juveniles, even those convicted as adults, are released while they are still young. Approximately 80% of the youths convicted as adults will be released from prison before their 21st birthday, and 95% will be released by their 25th birthday. It means that the difference between adult court and juvenile court is simple. In adult court, there's a jury that appears to dictate the consequences, but in the juvenile court, this is absent. It is a closed courtroom where the judge is given the facts and makes his own judgments with juveniles' interests in mind. Juvenile courts are known for being very lenient. Thus, the offender will learn nothing from the crime committed. We also hear from the negative side that laws are already in place to treat juvenile offenders judiciously. What we don't hear is how a trio of Supreme Court decisions also made it harder for states to slap youth with severe sentences, ranging from 2005 with Romper versus Simmons, where we got rid of capital punishment for juveniles, then in 2010 when we had Graham versus Florida, where it was decided if a juvenile is given a life sentence, his case will automatically be reviewed and their case will be reviewed so that their age and circumstances are weighted to the judgment. And finally, in 2012, with Miller versus Alabama, where the decision was made that sentencing someone under 18 to life without parole is unconstitutional. What these cases created was a trend of going lenient on juveniles in the adult court setting. In the first negative construct, we're also told that according to the U.S. Department of Justice, youth in adult facilities are twice as likely to be beaten by staff or attacked with a weapon, and are 8 times more likely to commit suicide than in a juvenile facility. What we don't hear is that the lack of juveniles we don't hear is how there is a lack of juveniles in adult facilities to begin with. There are only 1,200 convicted out of the 1.5 million people housed in federal, states, and prisons. This is not due to a lack of crimes being committed on their part, it's the lack of proper sentencing being imposed upon them. If proper sentencing was imposed, there wouldn't be such a small number of juveniles in adult facilities. They would no longer stick out like sore thumbs and become targets. With larger numbers to come, new policies and proper treatment can be applied for the rising population of juvenile inmates. These aren't juveniles that just happen to commit a capital crime. These are violent criminals that happen to be juveniles.